Everybody, we hope that you all got to see video number 2, which taught you how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Now we're going to have video number 3, story problem, which is going to teach you when to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Does everybody have your pencils?
Yes.
Does everybody have your little booklets?
Yes.
Does everybody have your times tables?
Yes.
Okay, then here we go.
Hello, girls.
Good afternoon, Maria.
Oh, I see that you girls are learning where to store all the different foods.
Yes, look at our cupboard. Everything is put away on labeled shelves, just like Grandpa taught us.
Okay, here we go with our first story problem. Aunt Dora, Davida, and Tetchy counted the cans in the cupboard. There were 5 cans of tuna, 3 cans of beets, and 7 cans of tomatoes. How many cans were there all together? Now we could say, how many cans in all? Or we could say, what was the total number of cans? All those things mean the same thing. It means that we're going to put them together, and what we have to do is add. So that's the kind of problem where we have to add. So let's add them up. We have 5 and 3 and 7. 5 plus 3 is
8.
And 8 plus 7 is
15.
15. 15 what?
Cans.
15 cans. We always have to label our answer. And we could say 15 cans in all. That would help us to know exactly what we're doing. 15 cans in all. Here's our second problem. Aunt Dora said, we need to have 12 cans of tuna to make sandwiches for our picnic lunch. We have 5 now. How many more cans of tuna do we need? We need to have 12. Now we have 5. How many more? A problem that tells us or asks us how many more is a problem where we need to find the difference. We need to subtract. We have 5 now. We need to see how many more to count our way up to 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The answer is 7. 7 what?
7 cans.
7 cans. You always have to get that key word first. Cans. 7 what? 7 cans. In this case, we need 7 cans more. Or you could say 7 more cans, but the key word is cans. 7 cans more. Number 3. Davida said, "We have 7 cans of beets. We only need to use 5. How many will be left?" If we're asking how many will be left, it's because some have been used. Some have been taken away. And when we take away, what we have to do is subtract. 7 take away 5. And the answer is 2. We could have also said, how many will remain? Means the same thing. How many will be left? How many will remain? 7 take away 5 is 2. 2 what?
Cans.
2 cans. Everybody's really catching on now. Okay. 2 cans, and we could say 2 cans left. Problem number 4. Tetchy said, "We have 10 cans of sardines. 4 of them are big cans. How many of the cans were small?" We could also have said, how many of the cans were not big? You have 2 things that you're comparing with each other. The big ones or the small ones. The big ones and the not big ones. Again, you're finding the difference. We have 10. 4 of them are big cans. So what we're going to do is
Subtract.
10 take away 4. And 10 take away 4 is
6
6 what?
cans.
6 cans. And what kind of cans are these?
Small cans.
These are small cans, but the key word in our answer is cans. You should show your work like this for every story problem that you do, and always label your answer. Problem number 5. Davida said, "We have 100 cans of corned beef in the home. Only 17 of them are in the cupboard. How many of them are not in the cupboard? Or how many of them are somewhere else? Or how many were packed in survival? Or how many other cans were there? Does everybody love corned beef?
Yes.
Okay, we've got lots of corned beef. Okay, when you want to find out about the other ones, or the ones that are somewhere else, you want to find the difference between what's here and what's there. Again, it's time to
Subtract.
subtract. 100 take away 17. 0 take away 7.
Can't do.
Can't do. We have to borrow from the 1. The 1 becomes a 0 to make the 0 a,
10.
and the 10 becomes a
9.
to make this 0 10. 10 take away 7 is 3. 9 take away 1 is 8. 83 what?
Can.
Cans. And what else could you say about these cans?
Other can.
These are other cans. They are someplace else. These are not your general cans that you have in the cupboard. These are the other ones. Okay. So now we know when to add and when to subtract. Time for our first little quiz. Problem number 6. Mommy Maria said, there are 18 cans of chickpeas on the top shelf and 4 cans of chickpeas on the shelf below. How many cans of chickpeas do we have? Now there's a little something that I haven't said there, but that's implied. How many cans of chickpeas do we have? In all, or all together. Okay? And when it says in all or all together, we know we have to add. Very good. Okay. That's what we do with the two numbers we were given, 18 and 4. We add them. 8 plus 4 is?
12.
Put down the 2, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is?
2.
22. 22 what?
Can.
22 cans. And what else might we say about these cans?
In all.
In all. In subproblems, it might even be good to say that they're cans of chickpeas, but it's not too important this time. 22 cans in all. Now, the second part, part B. How many more cans of chickpeas are on the top shelf than are on the other shelf? Comparing what's here with what's there. What we have to do is
Subtract.
we take the same two numbers, 18, take away 4. 8 take away 4 is?
4.
1 take away 0 is?
1.
14. 14 what?
Can.
14 cans. And you might say 14 more cans to make it really clear what you were doing. So now we should be able to tell when we should add or when we should subtract.
How would you like to learn a little bit more about carpentry, David?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, we start again. Problem number 1. Uncle Alf, Uncle John, and Davidito made new cupboards for the survival food. One cupboard needed 3 little shelves that were each 25 centimeters long. How long a board did they need to make those shelves? Well, here are 3 little shelves, but they're all cut from one board. Each of these is 25 centimeters long. These, of course, are a little smaller than that. The question is, how long is the board from which they are cut? This one's 25, this one's 25, and this one's 25. Now we could just add them up, but when the numbers are all the same, we have a faster way than adding, a special kind of adding. When they're all the same, it's time to do what? Multiply. We have 25, 1, 2, 3 times. 25 times 3, 3 times 25. 25 times 3. 5 times 3 is?
15.
Put down the 5, carry the 1. 2 times 3 is?
6.
Plus the 1 is?
7.
75. 75 what?
Centimeters.
75 centimeters. And we could say 75 centimeters long. But the key word in our label is centimeters. Problem number 2. Uncle Alf said, we have 5 bags of nails. Each bag holds about 60 nails. How many nails do we have in all? Well, we have again the question in all. And that might make us think that we should add, but we're going to go find out that in this case it's that special kind of add called multiply. Let's draw a picture. We have 5 bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How many nails in the first bag?
60.
How many nails in the second bag?
60.
And the third?
60.
And the fourth?
60.
And the fifth?
60.
There are 60 nails in each bag. When you have a problem that has the word each in it, that problem is usually going to be either to multiply or to divide. And we can see from our picture that we have 60 nails in each one, and we want to know how many in all. We know what's in each. We want to know how many in all. We have to multiply. We have 5 60s. So we multiply 60 times 5. 0 times 5 is?
0.
6 times 5 is?
3.
And our answer is?
300.
300. 300 what?
Nails.
300 nails. And we could say 300 nails
In all.
in all. So that's another case where we have to multiply. We're going to do problems number 3 and 4 together. Here's problem 3. Uncle John said, each shelf in this cupboard can hold 12 cans. How many cans can we put in a cupboard that has 8 shelves? Well, we've got a cupboard. The cupboard has 8 shelves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many cans on the top shelf?
12.
And the next shelf?
12.
And on each shelf?
12.
And how many of these 12s do we have?
8.
We have that 12 8 times. We have to multiply again. 12 times 8. 2 times 8 is?
16.
Put down the 6, carry the 1. 1 times 8 is?
8.
Plus the 1 is?
9.
9. 96. 96 what? 96 cans. And that's 96 cans in one cupboard that has 8 shelves. Now let's read problem 4. Then Davidito asked, Uncle John, if we make 4 cupboards just like that one, how many cans can we store in them? 4 cupboards just like what one? Oh, you mean this one up here in problem 3? Yes, sometimes one problem may refer to another. We found out that one of those cupboards could hold 96 cans. Now we're going to have 4 cupboards that can hold 96 cans. 4 cupboards just like this. Each one of them has 8 shelves. Well, 96 cans in a cupboard times 4 cupboards. 6 times 4 is?
24.
Put down the 4, carry the 2. 9 times 4 is?
36.
Plus the 2, 38. 384 what? Cans. 384 cans, and you could say in the 4 cupboards if you wanted to. Another multiplication problem, but this time problem 4 was based on information also in problem 3. Problem number 5. Uncle John said, we have 12 shelves already cut for the large cupboards. If we want to make 4 cupboards, how many shelves can we put in each one? Here is a time when we have that word each again, but this time we know how many we have in all, and we want to know how many go in each. That kind of problem is always going to be a division problem. Well, let's take our 12 shelves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I have 4 cupboards, and I have to know how many I can put in each one. Well, you can be a cupboard. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, and I'll be a cupboard too. 1 for me. And we keep passing them out one by one. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, and 1 for me. We don't know how many each person's going to get. We have to find out. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, and 1 for you. Well, how many did you get?
I got 3.
And how many did you get?
3.
And you got?
3.
And I got 3. Each person got 3. It's the same thing as dividing the 12 shelves among the 4 cupboards. And if we divide the 12 shelves among the 4 cupboards, how many shelves will each cupboard get? That's another way of saying the problem, and that's what you should be thinking as you read it. We have 12 shelves, dividing them among 4 cupboards. 4 into 12. 4 into 12 goes how many times?
3.
3. Because 3 times 4 is...
12.
So, the answer is 3. 3 what? 3 shelves. And we could say 3 shelves in each cupboard. And that would make it all the more clear what we've done. Problem number 6. Uncle Alf said, "We have 20 shelves already cut for the small cupboards. If each cupboard needs 4 shelves, how many cupboards can we make?" Well, let's see if we can find 20 shelves. We have 20 shelves already cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have an extra one. Okay, here are 20 shelves. How many shelves in each cabinet? In each cupboard? Each cupboard needs 4 shelves. This time I can just go out handing out 4 shelves to different cupboards until I run out of shelves. Then we'll know how many 4s there are in 20 and how many cupboards we can make. Okay? You can have 4 shelves and be a cupboard. And you can have 4 shelves and be a cupboard. And you can have 4 shelves and be a cupboard. And you can have 4 shelves and be a cupboard, and I can have 4 shelves and be a cupboard. How many cupboards? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There were 5 4s in our 20 shelves. And that's another kind of division problem. We had 20, and we wanted to know how many 4s are in there. 4 into 20 goes how many times?
5.
Because 5 times 4 is?
20.
The answer is 5. 5 what?
Covered.
5 cupboards. How many cupboards? 5 cupboards. For another little quiz. Problem 7. Davidito said, we made 8 cupboards and each one can hold 24 little cans. A. How many little cans can we put in those 8 cupboards? This is a time when we're going to have to multiply. Okay, let's do it over here on our white board. 24 times 8. 4 times 8 is?
32.
Put down the 2, carry the 3. 2 times 8 is?
16.
Plus the 3,
19.
19. 192 what? Cans. And what kinds of cans are these?
Little can.
Yes, small little cans. Now, the second part, part B of the same problem. We have 64 large cans and we want to put them in our cupboards instead of the small cans. If we share them equally among the 8 cupboards, how many would we put in each cupboard? We're being asked how many in each, and that usually tells us that we need to divide. And we're also told that we're going to share them. In order to share them, we need to divide them. So we have 64 large cans and we have 8 cupboards. How many 8s are there in 64? 8, because 8 times 8 is 64. The answer is 8. 8 what? 8 cans. And what kind of cans are these?
Large can.
These are large cans. So, now we know when to multiply and when to divide. And now it's time for a test to see if we know when to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Here's the first question. Tetchi has 16 apples. She needs to use only 9 of those apples to make apple pies. How many apples will she have left? How many left? That tells us that it's time to
Take away. Track.
time to take away or subtract. 16 apples. She uses or takes away 9. 16 take away 9 is 7. 7 what?
Apples.
7 apples. And what else might I say about those things besides that they are apples?
7 apples left.
7 apples left. Very good. Okay, here comes problem number 2. Davida is making 6 cherry pies. For each pie, she needs about 75 cherries. How many cherries will she need all together? She's going to make 6 pies. She knows already that each pie needs 75 cherries. How many cherries altogether for 6 pies? This is a time that we need to
Multiply.
We need to multiply. We have 75 cherries in each of 6 different pies. 75 times 6. 5 times 6 is?
30.
Put down the 0, carry the 3. 7 times 6 is?
42.
Plus the 3,
45.
45. The answer is 450. 450 what?
Cherries.
450 cherries. 450 cherries in all for 6 pies. Problem number 3. Mary Dear has 17 red apples, 6 yellow apples, and 23 green apples. How many apples does she have? And the missing words are, how many apples does she have in all together? And now it's time to add. We have to add them up. 17 plus 6, make sure the 6 goes in the ones column, and 23. 7 plus 6 is?
13.
Plus 3 more?
16.
Put down the 6, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is?
2.
Plus 2 is?
4.
46. 46 what?
Apples in all.
Very good. Apples in all. Okay. They are learning so much, so fast. And loving every second.
Amen.
All right, here we go. Here is our last test question. Problem number 4. Davidito has 32 oranges. If he puts them in baskets that can each hold 8 oranges, how many baskets will he fill up. Now, Davidito has lots of baskets, but he only has so many oranges. 32 oranges. Well, let's draw some baskets. These are baskets, if you have an imagination. Okay, how many oranges can we put in the first basket?
8.
8. Each basket holds 8 oranges. All right. How many in this basket?
8.
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 Are you sure about that? We've got lots of baskets, but we only have so many oranges. We have 32 oranges. I have a feeling if we fill up all these baskets that we've used more than our 32. Well, what do we want to know? We want to know how many 8s there are in 32. So, let's find out in this little corner over here. How many 8s are there in 32?
4.
4. Because 4 times 8 is
32.
32. So, the answer is 4. 4 what?
Baskets.
4 baskets. We can fill 4 baskets full of oranges, 8 in a basket. So that has been your final test on add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And everybody got 100% if we forget about the extra basket.
Hello, children.
Hello, Uncle Al.
Hello, Daddy.
Is there anything special that you'd like to do for your activity time today?
Davida had an idea that we could play store and pretend that we were shopping.
We are again. Problem number 1. Davidito bought 5 kilos of bananas. Each kilo cost 4 monies. He also bought a box of crackers for 3 monies. How much did those things cost in all? But Uncle Dan, what's monies? We never heard of monies before. Well, we have one kind of money in one country and another kind of money in another country. So, just so we don't get confused with the different names, we'll just call them monies. And then we can adapt it to any country we like. Now, this problem does appear to be a little more complicated than the ones we've done before. Davidito bought 5 kilos of bananas. Each kilo cost 4 monies. Well, let's find out how much money he spent on bananas. How do we do that? It's time to multiply. 5 kilos each cost 4 monies. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 what? Money. All right. That didn't take too long to catch on to. 20 monies, and that was the cost of what?
The banana.
5 kilos of bananas.
Yes, bananas. Okay. Now, we also bought a box of crackers for 3 monies. How many boxes of crackers? 1. A box means 1. So, added to the cost of our bananas, we have 3 monies for crackers. So we have to add it. 20 for the bananas plus 3 for the crackers. 0 plus 3 is?
3.
And 2 plus 0 is?
2.
The answer is 23. 23 what?
Money.
23 monies. And that was the cost of all those things. How much did they cost in all? Two. Davida bought 8 bottles of milk. Tetchi bought 4 more bottles of milk than Davida. How many bottles of milk had both of them bought all together? Well, how many did Davida buy?
8.
8. Let's write down that number. 8, and we'll label that Davida. How many did Tetchi buy?
4.
Not just 4, but 4 more than Davida. 4 more than Davida. Well, let's add the 4 more. 8 plus 4 is?
12.
12 for Tetchi. Now the question asks, how many bottles of milk had both of them bought all together? So, what do we have to do with these two numbers, the 8 and the 12? We have to add them. 12 plus 8. 2 plus 8 is?
10.
Put down the 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is?
2.
The answer is 20. 20 what?
Bottles of milk.
20 bottles of milk. And we might say 20 bottles in all or all together, because that's what both of them bought. Problem number 3. Aunt Dora bought a bag of apples for 10 monies, a box of noodles for 5 monies, and a coconut for 2 monies. She gave the cashier a 20 money note. How much did she get back as change? Well, this is your usual shopping problem. You bought this, and you bought that, and you bought something else, and you go up to pay for it, and you give a certain amount of money, and you get some change. Before we can know how much change we get, we have to know how much everything costs. And in order to find out how much all these things cost, what we have to do is add. Okay, we bought the apples for 10 monies. We bought a box of noodles for 5 monies. And a coconut for 2 monies. Let's add all that up. 0 plus 5 is?
5.
5 plus 2 is?
7.
Nothing to carry. 1 plus 0 is?
1.
So, now we have an answer of 17. And that's 17 what?
Monies.
Monies. And what about those monies?
Monies that were spent.
Ah, that's how much monies were spent. That is the cost of everything. How many monies spent? But the problem says, how much change did we get back? Well, we gave her 20, but we only are spending 17. What do we do with those two numbers, the 20 and the 17?
Subtract.
Subtract. We had 20, we spent or used 17. 0 take away 7 is?
You can't do.
Can't do. Somebody forgot. So we have to borrow. The 2 becomes a,
1.
so the 0 can become a,
10.
10 take away 7 is,
3.
and 1 take away 1 is 0. The answer is 3 what?
Monies left.
3 monies left, or 3 monies change. Problem number 4. Yogurt comes in packages of 6 cups each. Uncle Alf bought 4 packages. If he serves yogurt to 20 people, how many cups of yogurt will he have left over? Well, before you can tell how many he had left over, you have to know how many that he had in all. How many did he buy? Well, comes in packages of 6 cups each, and he bought 4 packages. What do we do with those two numbers, 6 and 4?
Multiply.
Multiply. We have 4 packages, 6 cups in each one. What is 6 times 4?
24.
24. 24 what?
Yogurts.
And what about those yogurts? Packages or cups?
Cups.
Ah, the key word is cups. 24 cups of yogurt. That's how many he bought. Now he's going to serve yogurt to 20 people. How many cups of yogurt does he have left? What do we do with those two numbers, 24 and 20?
We subtract.
We subtract. He has 24. He uses or serves 20. How many will he have left? 4 take away 0 is?
4.
2 take away 2 is?
0.
The answer is 4. 4 what?
Cups of yogurt.
4 cups of yogurt, and more important, 4 cups left over. All right, 4 cups left. That label tells us exactly what we were doing. And now it's time to buy toilet paper. Number 5. Toilet paper comes in packages of 8 rolls. If Tetchy wants to buy 30 rolls of toilet paper, how many complete packages will she have to buy? Well, it seems like we'd like to find out how many packages of 8 there are in 30 rolls. Now, if we're trying to do that, what would we do with the numbers 8 and 30?
Divide.
Divide. Let's try that and see what happens. 8 into 30. Well, how many times does 8 fit into 30?
3.
3. And that is true because 3 times 8 is?
24.
Now, that didn't come out even. We have a remainder. What is the remainder? 0 take away 4.
Can't do.
So the 3 becomes a 2 for the 0 to become a?
10.
And 10 take away 4 is?
6.
3, remainder 6. Well, what does that tell us? Does that tell us exactly what we want to know?
Yes.
Well, maybe it does and maybe it doesn't. If we buy 3 complete packages, that will only give us 24 rolls, and we'll still need to get another 6. Her job was to go out and buy 30 rolls of toilet paper, and she didn't get quite enough if she only got 3 packages. Well, what number are we going to try next if 3 wasn't enough?
4.
4. Let's try 8 rolls in a package with 4 packages. What's 8 times 4?
32.
32. So she has to buy 8 rolls. She has to buy 4 packages with 8 rolls in each one in order to have the 30 that she needs. She'll be getting 32, and she'll have 2 left over. So which of all these numbers is the answer to this problem?
4.
4. The answer is hidden away right here. 4 packages. Now, here's a nice long one. Problem 6. Uncle Alf bought 8 loaves of bread on Monday, 9 loaves of bread on Tuesday, 12 on Wednesday, and 7 on Thursday. What was the average number of loaves of bread that he bought during each of those 4 days? Well, there's a new word, average. What does average mean? Average means some days we did a lot and some days we did a little. If we would take the days that we did a lot and lower them a little bit, and take the days that we did a little and make them go up a bit so that everyone had the same amount, then we would know the average. Well, let's make a little picture. Uncle Alf bought 8 loaves of bread on Monday. we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loaves of bread. And he bought 9 loaves on Tuesday. Eight and 1 more makes 9. 12 on Wednesday. And 7 on Thursday.
Excuse me a little bit. I think you're off 14.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, too many. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's check them all. We have 8 on Monday, 9 on Tuesday, 12 on Wednesday, and 7 on Thursday. Now, we would like to get them all to even out. We want to take some away from the ones that have the most and give them to the ones that have the least. Well, the ones that have the most are the ones that have 12. Let's take 1 off of here and give it over here. And let's take the 1 off of here and give it over here. And let's take the 1 from here and put it over here. Now we've done it. We have the same number for each day. That's what an average means. What would it have been if it had been the same number each day? Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 here, 9 here, 9 here, and 9 here. They're all the same. Well, how much do we have in all? 4 9s is how much?
36.
36. And how many days are we talking about?
4 days.
4 days, 9 each day. Now we have another way to do this problem without having to draw a picture. We just have to know the total number of loaves of bread that he bought and then just divide it by the number of days, and you'll see we get the same answer. When you do a problem involving averages, you always find the total and then divide by the number of things that you added. Well, we have 8 on Monday, 9 on Tuesday, 12 on Wednesday, and 7 on Thursday. Let's add them up. 8 plus 9 is?
17.
Plus 2?
19.
Plus 7?
26.
26. Put down the 6 and carry the 2. 2 plus 1 is?
3.
So we have our total of 36. Total loaves of bread. But we have 4 days. We have Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So we divide by the 4. Take the total and divide it by the number of things that you added, And we get 4 into 36 is?
9.
Because 9 times 4 is?
36.
The answer is 9, the very same answer that we got when we had our drawing. The answer is 9, 9 what?
9 loaves of bread.
9 loaves of bread, and that is the average. Okay, let's remember that we had 9 loaves of bread and that our total was 36. Because this problem has a second part. And part B, how many loaves would he have to buy on Friday to bring the average up to 10 loaves during the 5 days? Well, let's think about that. If the average was 10 for 5 days, that means that it all evened out so that each of those 5 days was 10 loaves. Well, if each of those 5 days was 10 loaves, how many loaves was the total? What do we do with those two numbers, 10 and 5?
Multiply.
Multiply. 10 times 5. 5 days, an average of 10 loaves each day gives us 50 loaves total for 5 days. Well, what was our total after 4 days?
36.
And our total after 5 days has to be 50. How many more does he have to buy to get the total from 36 to 50? What do we do with those two numbers, 50 and 36?
Subtract.
Subtract. We need to have 50 right now. After 4 days, we've only done 36. 0 take away 6.
Can't do.
Can't do. The 5 becomes a?
4.
To make the 0 a?
10.
10 take away 6 is?
4.
4 take away 3 is?
1.
The answer is 14. 14 loaves, more loaves if you like, more loaves on Friday if you like. So that's a problem with averages. And now it's time for our quiz on these kind of 2 and 3 and 4 step problems. Let's see if we can do this one. Davidito, problem number 7. Davidito bought 3 kilos of beef at 12 monies per kilo, 5 packages of cheese at 14 monies per package, and 3 bottles of soy sauce at 10 monies per bottle. A, how much did he have to pay for all those things? That's always the first thing we need to find out, is how much did everything cost? Well, 3 kilos of beef at 12 monies per kilo. What do we do with those two numbers, 3 and 12?
Multiply.
Multiply. 12 times 3. 2 times 3 is?
6.
1 times 3 is?
3.
The answer for that is 36. 36 what? 36 monies for what?
For beef.
For beef. He bought 5 packages of cheese at 14 monies per package. What do we do with those two numbers? 5 and 14.
Multiply.
Multiply again. 14 times 5. 4 times 5 is?
20.
Put down the 0, carry the 2. 1 times 5 is?
5.
Plus 2,
7.
70 what?
Money.
70 monies for the what?
Cheese.
Cheese. We label everything. And 3 bottles of soy sauce at 10 monies per bottle. What do we do with these two numbers?
Multiply.
Multiply. 10 monies per bottle, 3 bottles, 10 times 3 is 30. 30 what?
Money.
30 monies for soy sauce. Well, now I think we're ready to find out how much did he have to pay for all those things. What do we do with these numbers? 36, 70, and 30.
Add.
We have to add them up. 36, 70, and 30. 6 plus 0 is?
6.
Plus 0 is?
6.
3 plus 7 is?
10.
Plus 3 is?
13.
136 monies, which is the total cost. And part B, how much change did he get back from 200 monies? What do we always do when we want to find out how much change we got? Subtract. We started out with 200 monies, and we are going to spend 136. 0 take away 6.
Can't do.
We have to borrow all the way from the 2. The 2 becomes a?
1.
To make the 0 a?
10.
The 10 becomes a?
9.
To make the 0 a?
10.
10 take away 6 is?
4.
9 take away 3 is?
6.
1 take away 1 is?
0.
The answer is 64. 64 what?
Money. Change.
Monies change. And we have one more quiz question. And after we do this one, I have a special surprise for you all, which I will tell you at the end of it. But first, problem number 8. Aunt Dora said, during the first 5 days of the week, we use 70 eggs each day. We use 100 eggs on Saturday. A. What is the average number of eggs used each day during those 6 days? Well, we know that in order to solve a problem with an average, first we have to find the total and then we have to divide by the number of things we put together. Well, what's the total going to be? 5 days, 70 eggs each day. What should we do with those two numbers?
Multiply.
Multiply 70 eggs each day, 5 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 0 times 5 is?
0.
7 times 5 is?
35.
350 what?
Eggs.
Eggs. For how many days?
5.
5 days. We use 100 eggs on Saturday. What are we going to do with those 100 eggs?
Add them.
We're going to add them to the 350. 0 plus 0 is?
0.
5 plus 0 is?
5.
And 3 plus 1 is?
4.
450
Eggs.
for how many days?
6.
So what number are we going to divide the total by?
6.
6, because it's 6 days. 6 divided into 450. How many 6s can we fit into 45?
7.
7. Yes, it doesn't go evenly, not just yet. 7 times 6 is?
42.
We subtract and get
3.
and bring down.
0.
Then we divide again. 6 into 30 is?
5.
Because 5 times 6 is 30. And the answer is 75 what?
Eggs.
Which is the average for how many days?
6 days.
6 days. Now, the second part of the problem. Part B. How many eggs would we use on Sunday to make the average 80 for the whole 7-day week? Well, an average of 80 for 7 days means 80 eggs used on each of 7 days. To find the average, first we find the total and then we divide. What do we do with these two numbers of 80 and 7?
Multiply.
Multiply. The average has to be 80 eggs each day for 7 days. 0 times 7 is?
0.
8 times 7 is?
56.
That means the total number of what?
Eggs.
Eggs for how many days?
7.
If the total is 560 for 7 days, how many was the total for 6 days?
450.
What do we do to find out how many more we need to have to get up to 560?
Subtract.
Because we have to find out the difference between the 560 eggs, which is the total for 7 days, and the 450 eggs, which was the total for 6 days. 0 take away 0 is?
0.
6 take away 5 is?
1.
5 take away 4 is?
1.
The answer is 110. 110 what?
Eggs.
And what can we say about those eggs?
On Sunday.
Eggs on Sunday. Look how much work we had to do for that problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. And when a problem gets that complicated, you have to really get your plan of attack before you start and see how the pieces fit together. So that was our little test, our little quiz on these kinds of problems. And now we're ready for really, really big ones. But that's not my surprise. Who thinks they might guess what my surprise is?
Me.
You're not my surprise. Okay, you want to guess, right? What's your guess? Take a chance. Step out by faith and say it.
That. You're gonna. A picnic?
That's not my surprise. Another guess. That has something to do with my surprise. Something to do with my surprise that we're going to have a picnic lunch. But that's not my surprise. Another guess. Don't feel bad. It's hard. It's hard to guess what Uncle Dan is thinking. Hint. My, oh my.
Can I guess?
We're going to take a break.
And how long is our break going to be?
10 minutes.
Till tomorrow! Uncle Philip, our faithful video man, after a deep, long yawn, said, tomorrow! Yes, we shall finish tomorrow. I won't tell all you people out there in television land how long these loyal soldiers have been still here. But suffice it to say, it's a little too late for tonight. So God bless you all. We shall continue. For us, it will be tomorrow. For you, it will be 10 seconds. Good night.
There are such beautiful trees in the park.
Grandpa says that trees are the most beautiful things that the Lord ever made, except for women.
Look how they lift their leafy arms to praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Aren't they beautiful?
Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're back. Are we back?
Yeah.
We're back. All right. That didn't take long. 10 seconds. Whip, we're here. Okay, now as I promised you last time, 15 seconds ago, we would do some really big story problems. And I said we would have a picnic lunch. Aunt Dora and the children prepared a picnic lunch for 15 people. There were 5 adults and 10 children. Davidito said, each child gets 2 sandwiches and each adult gets 3 sandwiches. Every sandwich is made with 2 pieces of bread. Teshi said, there are 14 slices in a loaf of bread, and each loaf costs 3 monies. So, asked Davida, if we pay for the bread with a 20-money note, how much change will we get back? Oh my, that's really complicated. Well, We want to know how much change we're going to get back from a 20 money note. Before we can know how much change, we have to know how much we
Spend.
And if we're going to know how much we spend, we have to know how much bread we're going to buy. Well, that's our plan of attack. Let's see what we can do. Davidito said each child gets 2 sandwiches. Well, how many children are there?
10.
10 children, 2 sandwiches for each child. What do we do with those 2 numbers? Multiply. 10 children, 2 sandwiches for each one. 10 times 2 is?
20.
20 what?
Sandwiches.
20 sandwiches. And which sandwiches are these? Children's. 20 sandwiches for children. Each adult gets 3 sandwiches. How many adults are there?
5.
5 adults, 3 sandwiches for each adult. What do we do with those 2 numbers?
Multiply.
5 adults, 3 sandwiches for each adult. 5 times 3 is?
15.
15 what?
Sandwiches.
And who are those sandwiches for?
Adults.
Now we know that we have 20 sandwiches for the children and 15 sandwiches for the adults. Maybe now we can figure out how many sandwiches in all. What should we do with these 2 numbers? Add. All right. 20 sandwiches for adults plus 15 sandwiches for children. 0 plus 5 is?
5.
2 plus 1 is?
3.
35 what?
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches. And what sandwiches are those?
All together.
Yes. Sandwiches in all. Every sandwich is made with 2 pieces of bread. 35 sandwiches, 2 pieces of bread. For each one we have to
Multiply.
5 times 2 is?
10.
Put down the 0, carry the 1. 3 times 2 is?
6.
Plus 1 is?
7.
70. 70 what?
Pieces of bread.
Pieces or slices. They both mean the same thing. Slices of bread. There are 14 slices in a loaf of bread. We have 70 slices. How many 14s are there in 70? We have to do what?
Divide.
How many 14s are there in 70? Take a guess.
5.
5. Let's try 5. 14 times 5. 4 times 5 is?
20.
Put down the 0, carry the 2. 1 times 5 is?
5.
Plus 2 is?
7.
70. Just what we wanted. 14 goes into 70 5 times. 5 what?
5 loaves.
Loaves of bread.
5 loaves of bread. Each loaf costs 3 monies. 5 loaves, 3 monies. And what do we do with those two numbers?
Multiply.
5 times 3 is
15.
15 what?
Loaves of bread. 15
Money.
15 monies. All right. Have to keep thinking. 5 loaves of bread, 3 monies for each one, 15 monies, which is the cost of the bread. If we pay for the bread with a 20 money note, how much change do we get back? We pay with 20 and the cost was 15. What do we do with those two numbers?
Subtract.
Subtract. 0 take away 5.
Can't do.
Can't do. The 2 becomes a 1. The 0 becomes a
10.
10 take away 5 is?
5.
1 take away 1 is?
0.
The answer is 5. 5 what?
Money.
5 monies. Change. And we have the answer to problem number 1. 5 monies change. How many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. Okay, let's remember that the cost of our bread was 15 monies. I'll write that right up here in the corner. Bread, 15. Problem number 2. Davidito said, children each get 1 serving of juice. Adults each get 2 servings of juice. Tetchy said, juice comes in bottles that contain 6 servings. Each bottle costs 4 monies. So asked Davida, if we pay for the juice with a 20 money note, how much change will we get back? Make sure you buy enough juice, said Uncle Alf. I wonder why he said that. We'll try to find out. Well, we still have 5 adults and 10 children. Children get 1 serving of juice. 10 children each get 1 serving of juice. What do we do with those 2 numbers?
Multiply.
Multiply. And it's just times 1. 10 times 1 is 10. 10 what?
Servings of juice.
Servings. And whom are these servings for?
Children.
The children. Adults each get 2 servings of juice. 5 adults, 2 servings for each. 5 adults, 2 servings. 5 times 2 is?
10.
10 what?
Servings.
servings. And whom are they for?
Adults.
Adults. Well, we have 10 servings for children and 10 servings for adults. We can now put that together to find out how many servings in all. And what do we do with these two numbers?
Add.
We add them. 10 plus 10 is 20 servings in all. Juice comes in bottles that contain 6 servings. Well, we need 20 servings. How many bottles will we need to get? Well, we could say 20 servings is what we need. 6 servings in each bottle. But when we divide, we see that it doesn't come out even. That would be 3 bottles with 2 left over. That would only supply us with 18. 3 bottles would give us 3 times 6 or 18 servings, and we still need 2 more. So 3 bottles is not enough. If 3 is too small, what should we try?
4.
Let's try 4. 4 bottles, 6 servings in each bottle. How much is 4 times 6?
24.
24. Is that enough?
Yes.
That's enough. We needed to have 20. We have 24. We have a little extra, but we had to buy how many bottles? Which of all these numbers is the answer of what we're looking for?
4.
4. The answer is right here. 4 bottles of juice. Each bottle costs 4 monies. 4 bottles, 4 monies for each bottle. What do we do with those two numbers?
Multiply.
Multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 what? Monies. And those monies are what?
How much we paid?
For juice.
The cost of the juice. Well, we're almost there. If we pay for the juice with a 20 money note, how much change will we get back? We pay with a 20. It cost 16. 20 take away 16 will give us 4. 4 what?
Money.
4 monies change. And now we have the answer to problem number 2. Let's remember that the cost of the juice was 16 monies. And we'll write that up here. Juice, 16 monies. Here's our last problem for the picnic lunch. Problem number 3. Aunt Dora said, "Besides what we spend on the bread, and the juice, we have already spent 25 monies for the turkey and 19 monies for the cheese that we will put on the sandwiches. So, asked Uncle Alf, what will be the average cost per person for this picnic lunch? Well, here's another average problem. And we said when you have an average problem, you have to first find the total and then divide by the number of things involved. Well, we want to find out the total that we spent. We spent 25 monies for turkey. That's for turkey. We spent how much for cheese?
19.
19. Did we spend any more money?
Yes.
How much did we spend for bread?
15.
15 monies for bread. 15 for bread. And how much for juice?
16.
We can now add all of that up. 9 plus 5 is?
14.
Plus 5 is?
19.
19. Plus 6 is?
25.
25. You say 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25. Put down the 5, carry the 2. 2 plus 2 is?
4.
Plus 1?
5.
Plus 1?
6.
Plus 1?
7.
7. 75 what?
Monies.
And those monies represent what?
In all.
The total cost. And we like to use that word total when we're talking about an average problem. Well, now we said we have to divide that total by the number of things involved. Well, what kind of things are we talking about here?
People.
People. We want to find the average cost per person for each person. We have to divide by the number of people. How many people are there that are going to go on this picnic?
15.
15. Do you see the number 15 on there anywhere?
Yes.
Yes.
A picnic.
Ah, yes, there it is. Okay, we told you that. 5 adults, 10 children, 15 people. 15 into 75. How many 15s are there in 75? 5. Let's try 5. 15 times 5. 5 times 5 is?
25.
Put down the 5, carry the 2. 1 times 5 is?
5.
Plus 2 is?
7.
75. It came out even. Our answer is 5. 5 what?
Monies per person.
Yes. Monies per person. And that is the average cost per person for this picnic lunch. Was that a nice picnic?
Yes.
Did everybody have enough to eat?
Yes.
Did everybody have enough to drink?
Yes.
Thank you, Lord. Grandpa and Mama took Uncle Al, Aunt Sarah, Davidito, Tetchy, and Davida out to eat at an Italian restaurant for a special treat.
Praise God. There are a couple of nice tables in the corner. We can all sit together there, praise God.
Good evening, sir. I'm so glad you could come tonight with your lovely family and such beautiful, beautiful children. Come right into this nice table over here. I want you to see the menu we have tonight. We have the soups and the appetizers. We have tonight minestrone soup. Minestrone soup is a very nice, thick vegetable soup with little bits of chicken and beef and nice vegetables. We have carrots and garbanzo beans and chickpeas and all those things. Is very, very nice. Also for appetizer, we have a nice antipasto platter with wonderful, wonderful things on it. You will like it very much, believe me. Now for the main course. First thing is spaghetti and meatballs for 14 manis. It's very good. It's like spaghetti and meatballs always is. Now, chicken cacciatore for 21 manis. Oh, it's a chicken. It's cooked with tomatoes. Pomodoros is tomatoes. Tomatoes and mushrooms and green peppers and onions. It's very, very delicious. I recommend it highly. We also have veal parmigiana. Now, you know, in Italia, we have a city called Parma, and the cheese that comes from there is called the Parmigiano cheese. And we take it, we have a nice cotoletta di veal, and we put the cheese on it and cook it and bake it. It tastes wonderful. It has some sauce tomato, also is wonderful. And last but not least, we have the beefsteak with the baked potato is always, always good. We have that every night. And I'm sure if someone takes it, you will like it. Okay, one more thing. We have the dessert. We have fruit for 3 manis, and we have ice cream for 5 manis. If I forgot to say, the price of the veal parmigiana is 22 manis, and the price of the beefsteak with baked potato is 26 manis. So, you spend a moment, enjoy yourself, and decide what you would like. Grandpa suggested, let's each have a cup of soup, and we can also order 1 antipasto platter to share together. Yes, said Mama, and the children would probably enjoy the spaghetti. Uncle Alf said both Sarah and I would like the veal. Good, said Mama, and I would like the steak tonight. That's fine, said Grandpa, and I would like the chicken. Later, they ordered dessert. The children each had ice cream, and the adults had a piece of fruit. Question number 1. How much change did they receive from 300 monies? Well, we have got to find out how much all of this costs before we can find out how much change. Let's see where to start. Grandpa suggested let's each have a cup of soup. The minestrone soup cost 4 monies, and we have Grandpa, Mama, Alf, Sarah, Davidito, Tetchy, and Davida. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people having soup, 4 monies per person. 7, 4. What do I do with those two numbers? Multiply. 7 times 4 is? 28, which is, of course, monies, and it is the cost of the soup. We'll just write soup. And we can also order 1 antipasto platter to share together. Antipasto platter, 22 monies. We'll just write that here. 22 antipasto. Yes, said Mama, and the children would probably enjoy the spaghetti. Well, we have Davidito, Tetsy, and Davida. 3 children, 3 orders of spaghetti and meatballs for 14 monies. 14, 3 people. What do I do with those two numbers? Multiply. 4 times 3 is? 12. Put down the 2, carry the 1. 1 times 3 is?
3.
Plus the 1 is?
4.
42 monies is the cost of? Spaghetti. We'll just write spaghetti. Uncle Alf said both Sarah and I. How many people is that?
2.
2 people would like the veal. And the veal parmigiana cost 22 monies. 22 monies, 2 people. What do I do with those two numbers?
Multiply.
2 times 2 is?
4.
And 2 times 2 is?
4.
44 monies for what? Veal. Good, said Mama, and I would like the steak tonight. 1 person is having the steak, which costs 26 monies. 26 for steak. That's fine, said Grandpa, and I would like the chicken. Chicken cacciatore, 21 monies. 21 chicken. Later, they ordered dessert. The children each had ice cream. How many children?
3.
And how much does ice cream cost?
5.
5 monies. 3 children, 5 monies for each one. 3 times 5 is?
15.
For
Ice
cream. The children each had ice cream. The adults each had a piece of fruit. How many adults?
4.
How much does ice cream cost? Excuse me, fruit. How much is fruit?
3 monies.
3 monies. 4 adults having fruit. 3 monies each. 4 times 3 is?
12.
4 what?
Fruit.
Fruit. And that is everything. All these numbers that we have labeled are the things they have ordered. What do we do with all those numbers?
Add.
Add them. Okay? 28. Let's just check it off so we know we've included it. 22. 42. 26, 44, 21, 15, and 12. We'll have to sneak that one back on top because we're out of room. We have to add all of that up. Now, here's your chance to show you can really add a long column of figures. Let's say 8 plus 2 because the 8 is larger. 8 plus 2 is?
10.
Plus 2?
12.
Plus 2?
14.
Plus 6? 20. Plus 4?
24.
Plus 1?
25.
Plus 5?
30.
30. Put down the 0, carry the 3. 3 plus 1 is?
4.
Plus 2?
6.
Plus 2?
8.
Plus 4?
12.
Plus 2?
14.
Plus 4?
18.
Plus 2?
20.
And 1.
21.
21. And our answer is 210. Monies. And what do those monies represent?
In all.
In all.
Total.
Total cost. Well, the question said, how much change did they receive from 300 monies? 300 monies is what they gave to pay for something that cost 210. What do I do with those two numbers?
Subtract.
0 take away 0 is?
0.
0 take away 1?
Can do.
The 3 becomes a?
2.
So that the 0 becomes a?
10.
10 take away 1 is?
9.
2 take away 2 is?
0.
The answer is 90. 90 what?
Money change.
Monies change. Now, there's another question. Question number 2. What was the average cost per person for this dinner for 7 people? Well, first we have to know the total cost. How much was the total cost?
210.
And what do we have to do with that total cost?
Divide.
Divide by the number of people, which is 7. 7 into 21 goes?
3.
Because 3 times 7 is 21. 7 into 0?
0.
Because 0 times 7 is 0. And so our answer for the second part is 30. 30 what?
Money.
And monies per person, which was what? The average. So there's a really long story problem, but that's the kind of story problem that takes place every time a family goes into a restaurant to get a dinner, and something that we should all know how to figure it out. Did everyone enjoy their dinner?
Yes.
Did you like very much the veal parmigiana?
Yes.
And I hope Grandpa liked very much the chicken cacciatore. It's one of the specialities of La Casa, of the house. So, thank you very much for coming tonight, and I hope that we see you again soon. Everybody say bye-bye.
Bye.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
Golden Age Productions, Golden Age Productions, standing in the gap of your educational needs.